It really wouldn't be a subpar platformer from Nintendo without a mediocre final boss to wrap everything in an appropriate bow for the end of the game. The Black Jewel, the thing that had been foreshadowed at the beginning of the game that cursed this entire land into existence just to fuck over Wario because he was so greedy that he absorbed all this power to make it happen, finally gets unlocked from the chest, and we get to fight it. One weird detail that I found from the Black Jewel is that the Black Jewel created this entire land, so under its own power, it locked itself in the giant treasure chest and just sat there waiting for someone to unlock it. Now, he probably didn't have the power to open the seal himself, so that's fair, but is the Black Jewel just a giant introvert, or is this some sort of instinctual thing to jewels that are animated, that they just like to be sealed away, so that someone can find him later? And if that's the case, why is the Black Jewel then attacking Wario when he finally releases it from its sealed chest? These questions probably could have been interesting additions to a backstory for the Black Jewel if Treasure bothered to write one. No, it's just, here's a jewel that's black and therefore evil, and you have to kill it because we seriously could not think of a villain for this game. I'm assuming they just gave up writing halfway through the design document that started this whole mess of a development. There's not really much to talk about in terms of gameplay because it is so freaking boring and it does not change. Rather than actually attacking Wario, he does have laser eyeball shots, kind of like those wall eyeball things from Zelda that will rotate around the room and hit you for big old damage just as a regular enemy. That's kind of Black Jewel's entire gimmick. He doesn't really attack Wario in as so much that he creates flame walls in the circular arena to stop him from running around. Because the objective of your game is that you're supposed to be releasing those elves that you have been encountering throughout all the levels in the game, and then those are then released. That does damage to stun Black Jewel, which eventually will allow Wario to grab it and smash it against the platform for damage, and then you just rinse and repeat that until the whole thing is over. I don't think mediocre says enough about it. I don't think substandard says enough about it. This is laziness of closest to the highest caliber I can think of. Black Jewel already has a lazy as hell design. They didn't even put like tentacles or anything on the bottom of the Black Jewel to zhuzh it up even a little bit. All they did was just get this multi-sided 3D object, stick an eye on the front, and then just called it a day. The arena itself is also particularly lazy. All they did was just throw up a skybox, and then the arena is just flat. It has some corresponding patterns all over the place, but other than that, it's just a translucent circle. I don't even know what the hell Treasure was thinking at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure they just ran out of money, ran out of time, and just slapped something together, because this game was not planned out all that well in any step of its development. Black Jewel is just the final bow being tied on this incredible monument to half-assing it. Treasure just delivered Nintendo a half-ass pile of crap that they probably slapped together in under a year. Did you know that for a fact, this game actually had more boss fights in it than legitimate platforming levels? That is what says the most about this game. And the final boss cannot be more of a prime example of what this game thinks of its audience and what quality you are supposed to be expecting here. All it does is take up time. Black Jewel does nothing threatening, does nothing interesting, doesn't develop as the boss fight goes on, and all you get at the end is the most substandard, the most half-assed of the stereotypical ending for a Wario game that you could ever freaking get. Everything is just undone, the Black Jewel is defeated, the curse is undone, and Wario just gets to sit with all of his gold until his next adventure, which will be infinitely more interesting than this. The Black Jewel was an incredible waste of time on top of a journey to absolutely nowhere. Usually when video games do the whole, oh, the cursed final boss has to be unlocked with the 7, 8, or 12 keys hidden across the map, they usually have the good decency to make this ultimate magical cursed whatchamacallit interesting to fight, or at the very least, slightly intimidating. We didn't get either with any part of this entire schlockfest that was both fighting the Black Jewel and the journey to the fight itself. Complete waste of goddamn time.